Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofero. Today is Monday, July 26th. That's correct, yeah. I always try to forget, or not try to forget, but I always forget what day it is. But welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. With me, as always, is Julian Genotti. How you doing,
everyone.
sir?
I'm good. How are you, Justin?
Doing well. You have a good weekend did you have a bachelor party this weekend?
There was a bachelor party. There was a shower. There was a lot involved.
Yeah, you had a full weekend there going on then.
Yeah.
And then we also had a full weekend regarding Juventus stuff as well, too. A lot of rumors popping up, a lot of, all the latest news popping up, as well as the preseason match, which we'll get into here in a little bit. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Welcome, guys. How you doing, Andrew? How you doing? Fix is always in. Pleasure. I appreciate you guys being here. Before we do anything, I want to go ahead and say it so I don't forget, because I always forget. If you could, if you're here, you probably are right. If you're here right now, you probably already have liked the video and subscribed to the channel. But just so I don't forget, and I want to make sure I get into a rhythm of always saying it, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, hit that bell icon to stay notified as well, because that way, as soon as we drop videos, you'll get these updates, especially when these lives, you'll get those updates sent to your phone right away. I know we had a whole mess earlier today with the situation. It's not really a mess, but I guess I've been doing the transfer meter shows. So I set it up as like whatever to go up at 7 a.m. my time, at 1 p.m. if you're in time. It's usually a good time. But the problem is with YouTube and the crap that they do is if you hit that, for some reason, I'm guessing it doesn't send the notification out to everybody. So anyway, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Check out the transfer meter. It's about the outgoing guys. I actually felt like it was a pretty decent video of, covering who's going where, what could happen, all that stuff. I'll tell you, there's plenty of times I do videos that I don't think they're any good at all. but this one actually felt like it was pretty decent. And then tomorrow you'll have the incoming possible players, which is sure to be fun as always. I'm sure that's probably what everybody cares about most whenever we do this. Anyway, what's up, Edgar? What's up, everybody? What's up, Ryan? Ryan, I think when he's talking about Candyman, the fix is always in. Are you talking about let's see, P said Pjanic is a joke. Okay, yeah. Pjanic is my Candyman. I say his name 3 times and he appears. Which I've said it more than 3 times, so he's about to appear for the club, and I'm really scared. Or not scared. I'm just unhappy, I guess, for the most part.
Underwhelmed.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, well, let's just jump into it with the show today. I know you've got some thoughts that you'd like to share with some of the topics we're talking about. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The very first topic we have is regarding around, I know, there's a lot of you all that are doing this when it comes to, do it in the transfer media show, whatever it is, that are posting, asking about certain players that you want, especially certain positions. Midfield's our priority. I feel like with my video is not super great right now, unfortunately. Is it bad for you, or is it just on the stream?
It looks fine. It's good enough. It has a bit of lag.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of lag. I'm pretty sure it's all based on they were doing some work around here yesterday. It took literally, when I was posting the video last night, it had like a 2-hour upload time. No. So
usually
hopefully
it's shorter for you, right?
Yeah, it usually takes like a few minutes. It's 2 hours. Anyway, so we'll go through here. I'll let you talk more than me for the most part. I know people won't believe me, but I'll let you talk more. Anyway, let's go jump into it. When it comes to the Kaio Jorge, a lot of people are talking about the positions that they're interested in. Midfield is where I felt like we've needed the most, but there's a lot of people pushing for a striker or for a left back and all that. As it stands right now, he seems to be the most viable option. Basically, the update that we have right here is that Juventus is in talks with Kaio Jorge's agent. Juventus have officially informed Santos they want to negotiate with Kaio Jorge's entourage in order to be concrete with his contract when it expires in December. Juve will not take part in a bidding war. And then we also had the latest update, which is like what just happened within the last hour, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably 30 minutes ago, where Juventus and Kaio Jorge have agreed to terms, but nothing with Santos yet. But the source is a bit sketchy at this point.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't honestly doubt that they've come to an agreement with him, but really the agreement with him it's a minute detail, just like the Locatelli agreement with him.
Yeah.
It's kind of a minute detail because it's all about the club and the promises, or not the promises, but the issue with the club. Give me your thoughts on it, and then we can go into it more. I'll let you take over here.
Okay, so the player himself he's had a decent, like, we made fun of him a couple of weeks ago saying he wasn't producing at what he was supposed to, like what his potential is. But recently he's been scoring some Copa Sudamericana goals, and that competition it's the equivalent to the Europa League in Europe. So he's been scoring. He scored 2 quarterfinal goals, and they knocked out I forget who it was, Libertad, some Chilean team maybe. Whatever. Besides the point, he knocked them out with his 2 goals, and they're playing in the semifinal next week. No, when's August 10th? 2 weeks from now. Whatever the point is. Yeah. So he's getting into form, and it's a little bit. It's good because that means he's firing up his own reputation, but at the same time, Santos is going to have people to pay for him now. For Juventus' sake, there's no chance they're going to pay for him because they know his contract ends in December, and it's just one of those opportunities where if I think it was Benfica's the third team.
Yeah, Benfica is the one that had put in.
Milan and Benfica don't offer Santos what they want, and they're scrambling at the last minute. Then I can see Juventus getting him really super dirt cheap because you don't want to sell him for nothing, or you don't want to lose him for nothing, as in a Santos standpoint. So I can only see him get, like, he's either coming free in January or he's coming for maybe thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For the most part, yeah, obviously it wouldn't make any sense for Juventus to jump in the ring and try to outbid anybody. And it doesn't make sense for even Milan if they're willing to. Their offer is what, $6 million? Is that right?
That was the latest offer that it was reported they offered $6 million. So $4 million and then plus 2 in add-ons.
The fact that they're even willing to pay that, it's stupid to me. But I don't know. I guess they have money because they've actually been buying people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought they were one of the poorest or whatever, that they're always in debt.
So
but now, yeah. So I don't know. The whole situation doesn't make sense. I mean, like I said, with the player, seems like a solid player, seems like a solid option for the future if you can get him, if it makes sense. Like I said, I would just wait. I think we had a few people talking about, asking about the striker situation. And with me, honestly, if it's me, the way I would go about it right now is if you can get Kaio Jorge, if you can get him in December or after December, whatever, fine, sign him in January. If this works out, if somehow he's still available. If not, I probably honestly, if Cristiano Ronaldo's staying and it appears he is now, he's here, they don't plan to let him go, kind of thing. You're playing this year. I would just stay pat with what we have and go all in on Vlahovic next year. That's what I would do.
And the other thing is, so when we think about Serie A and what their rules are, there's non-European roster spots and European roster spots. Like Kaio Jorge would definitely be a non-European one because I don't think he has any European background. Like some of those guys have my family's from Portugal. Okay, whatever. But you know what I mean? Yeah. So Kaio Jorge wouldn't have that, where Vlahovic is Serbian, so he's European, so it works out better in that regard.
Yeah, it just works out better overall to bring in Vlahovic down the road. It's also I mean, I don't know. I look at our room, and I think if he's going to be the fourth striker, he's not obviously a priority. It wouldn't be a priority to me, unless you think you can unless you really believe in this kid and you can develop him into something, and he'll actually be a good contributor within the next 2 years or something like that. I don't know.
In my opinion, if they're signing Kaio Jorge and they want him now, he better be contributing sooner than 2 years. He better be scoring a couple of Coppa Italia goals here and there.
Yeah, actually, just want to take a minute, real quick, unless before we change topics or anything. I want to say I appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll go through some of these. I have a tendency to talk and ignore and forget the the people that are chatting with us and participating in this. You guys are very important to what we're doing here with the live, but also Alejandro brings it up, and it's a good point. We're officially 3 subscribers away. Technically 4 if we want the stupid YouTube app to actually work properly, because it always has it's a one discrepancy. So we're really at 997 subscribers right now. It shows if you go to the page, it'll show 996, but on our main thing, it's 997 is what we're at. But if we can get to 3 more, we'll hit that 1K subscriber thing, which is huge. The fact that we're even able to do that. Thank you, Mohammed. I appreciate it. You said 2 more now. So thank you. I appreciate you joining in. Yeah, it's honestly been I don't say fantastic, but yeah, like I don't know. I guess it was a shock, a surprise how well this is done so far.
Yeah.
I appreciate all you guys' support. Appreciate all the comments, all the whatever. It's awesome just to see it grow as it has. So appreciate it. If we get to 1,000 today, that would be fantastic. Something to really celebrate. That's one of those early milestones that you can hit. But anyway, that's all I wanted to just take a minute, like, subscribe. Yeah. Now we can actually get back to talking about stuff. I just wanted to do that. And then let's see.
We're nothing without the fans.
Exactly. The fans of Juventus, not of us. But that's the important part. Anyway, do you have anything else that you want to talk about specifically with Kaio Jorge before I go in and delve into any possible questions, comments from the chat?
I don't have anything personally, but I saw one. I think it was Juan. He kept bringing up the Champions League list that we'll have. I'm interested to see his list because I don't know who would be on it right now, because we're still having an open trial basically right now at preseason, and I'm going to talk about one of my favorites in the last. No, I'm going to say
okay.
I'm going to say it.
Tease it for a little bit. All right. Okay, I'll look forward to hearing about that. All right, let's see. I really need a screen or something that's bigger than this. My eyes are terrible. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, Andrew and people like that earlier were saying 6 subs away from the big 1,000. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been a roller coaster within under 2 months. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Edgar says Kaio Jorge purchase may mean CR7 is not leaving. So much for our rebuilding process. He also said, I watched Jorge on YouTube and he looks like a good prospect. Yeah, I think he's a good prospect. I just don't. We'll get into this because I'm going to talk about this a little bit later too with some of our other topics. But like, he's a good prospect doesn't mean that he is, going to be a world beater coming in right away.
Correct.
Kind of situation where I think sometimes people put too much value into certain players because they get overhyped. Jorge gets talked about as the next Ronaldo or Neymar, and I'm just like, come on, don't do this. Don't do this to us.
Like I said, he's a contributor if he gets some Coppa Italia style, like he contributes in the Coppa Italia or against like a shit team like Salernitana, then you're happy. Yeah. Right? For now.
Yep. Let's see. Andrew says, I hope we get him. They produce good players in Brazil. That's true. Well, for the most part, that's true. Yeah. It is true.
Some miss too, though.
That is true. There are definitely there's as many misses as there are hits. But let's see what we got, guys. Then we go back to the UCL list. Andrew dropped Ramsey. He doesn't want to play anyway. And then Juan rebutted, said that's the thing he does. So he will cause problems if he's left out. But yeah, I mean that's a fair point. Let's see. And then Crazy Ray basically asked, is the player any good? Talking about Jorge.
He's good if it's not like if we're talking about the minimal fee that's coming with it, it's worth it. It's worth the purchase. It's worth the signing. But if it gets to like a bidding war, like you said, like there's no point.
Yeah.
There's no point at that point. Like we have no money anyway right now. But if we're gonna go the route of like thousands of dollars instead of millions of dollars, or in free in January, the signing's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then PES Gamer says Kaio Jorge is a beast. So
yeah.
And then I mean he very well may. I see more of him, but for sure he does seem to have the potential at least. And then Andrew said Vlahovic is an absolute monster. He's similar to Haaland. Obviously not as good though, but some people may argue otherwise.
I think we call
that's why.
Yeah, we call Vlahovic Haaland light on the show.
Yeah. I think he could be that guy for Juventus going forward. Yeah. He could definitely be. Yeah, I mean, we didn't get Haaland. It doesn't appear anything's gonna happen with him going forward. No. But I could definitely see him being an option. I would be very, very happy. I would be borderline ecstatic about getting Vlahovic at Juventus.
Yeah.
Honestly. And then Edgar, and then we go back to our stuff. If I were Jorge, I would go to Milan. More likelihood of playing time there. Yeah. I mean. Let's see. Okay, who do they have over there? They got
Ibra, they got Giroud.
Yeah.
They got Rebic. Probably forgetting someone. Ricardo Tonin.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think.
Oh
I was
no,
like,
what's his name?
once.
Rafael Leao.
Yeah.
Decent? Yeah.
If you're saying if you're saying immediately, yes, probably. But I just don't know. Like, maybe it just depends how this shakes out for Juventus. With Ronaldo's situation, Dybala seems he's gonna resign, but until it's done, you never know what could happen there. So we'll see. I think I'm getting kicked from from this. Anyway, I could see there being potential either way. There's an argument either way. He could go to either club. But that seems to be his intention is really now seems to be narrowed down to Milan and Juventus because he wants to go to Italy. He wants to play in Italy.
There's the third team though, Benfica, who would probably look to actually buy him because they're known to they're known to buy the younger talents and then sell them off, right? So I'd look out for them just in case.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say. I know. Yes, I was aware of Benfica. I think I meant to say more of I think he still would put priority over Milan or Juve before he would settle for Benfica. Yeah. So that's the way I look at it. But anyway, we're gonna probably move on to our next topic. I know we can, talk on for a while. I've seen a couple people say about not wanting it to be as long sometimes. But the next one we've got is the situation with Demiral and him, and it's been an ongoing back and forth where he go or will he. Seeming more and more like he will go, but it's just where he will go.
Yeah.
I was like, we're gonna get tongue tied over there. Basically, what we have here is basically Sky Germany saying that Dortmund want Demiral, but they don't want to pay. And when we say that, we mean that Dortmund don't want to spend. Sorry, my eyes are terrible. 30 million euros for a center back this summer. They like the player, but they are not interested in a transfer possibility that could be a loan plus option, or maybe obligation to buy. The one thing I'll say about this, and then I'll let you take over, but I had a bit of a headache, not a headache, whatever. It was trying to piece together all the saga that has been Demiral over the last 24 hours, like the different news stories of Atalanta are closing in on Demiral. Next thing you know, they're adding Pizzella. Does that mean is it Pizzella? Whatever. Anyway,
like Atalanta signing Pizzella?
They signed him. They signed him, and then it was like, are they backing away from Demiral? But it's Travolta who's not coming there now.
Yeah.
And then you have the whole situation ongoing with that. So Demiral still a potential target, and then Dortmund comes in, and you're like, okay, maybe this is the time that we can sit back and be like, are they gonna, is there gonna be not a bidding war, but are they gonna? And then I think one of the reports, I believe it was, I don't want to get the wrong guy out of here. I don't know if it was Shira or if it was Mirko Di Natale, maybe. I can't remember. It was one of those who basically said that it's good, like they're willing to pay for the 40 million euros now, something like that.
One of them said that?
And then one of them said that that was early reports. And then we had all these, straggling reports falling back in that are basically like, they want to pay 35. No, JK, they want to pay 30.
Yeah.
And 30 is really what we're looking at kind of now. It's slowly gone downhill.
Only on loan.
And now it's become Dortmund they don't even want to pay the 30.
Yeah.
They want a loan with the player. Well, it's just at the situation. This is my last thing, and I'll let you take over. But I would just say, if you're going to do this, I think everybody's kind of in agreement with me on this situation. If you're not, I'm sure whatever. But for the most part, I was like, I don't see an idea where somebody wouldn't be in agreement with this, but like except for if you want Demiral back or if you want to stay, I guess be it. But it's just like, make sure it's an obligation to buy. I don't want any of this crap of an option to buy. Make sure the agreement is obligation to buy now if you're going to have to end up settling for a loan. But obviously, everything that they talk about all the time has been Juventus wants to sell him now this year. We'll see what happens. So the floor is yours. Sorry.
So Atalanta is on the verge of selling what's his name, Romero, to Tottenham for about 55 million euros. Why can't I think he's going Atalanta over Dortmund. Like, our management would be stupid if they didn't do that, because we know that Atalanta now has the money, right? Just because they're selling this guy for so much money, for Romero for so much money. If who knows how much money Dortmund has now, because they just signed Malen They just signed another younger player, and they're usually a club that needs money in general. So I think Atalanta is the way to go. And I would say, listen, I would say Dortmund's offering this much money, like cash, and try and get the bid up from there. But at the end of the day, I think he'll go for 35 mil. Cold sale. Like, he better.
Sorry, one second.
Yeah.
Had to hit the cough button.
Yeah.
It was coming. I don't want to say you're optimistic by that. I don't know. I'm a pessimist, so part of me is like,
oh, for sure.
I can still see just being 30. And we'll just take it because Juventus is that bad at selling players right now. It's basically where I sit with it. I hope you're right. I think 35 is a fair number. I think it's a fair number for both sides to come to. Sorry. No, like earlier today, you probably can hear it if you watch the video today. I was literally, my allergies are so bad. My nose, like I could feel it, like trying to come out. Yeah. And I was like, nope, just get through this last few minutes. Just power through. But yeah, so I was miserable. Anyway, that's what it looks like. Yeah, in this situation with anything, I mean, he's our one option to really sell.
Yeah.
Like, we know
for
sure
good money, for good amount of money, and where we don't lose depth anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe you could argue that we could lose a little depth just because the one thing I was looking at, and I was trying to break down, our options of where we have. So we got, you got Bonucci, Chiellini, and De Ligt.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Chiellini and Bonucci have a history of both getting injured pretty often. Chiellini for sure, and then Bonucci. So like, if you take both of them out, then you're gonna have De Ligt out there with Dragusin, basically.
Rugani.
He's gonna have Dragusin out there.
Rugani was sick against Cesena.
Oh, yeah, the captain. The captain was out there just owning fools. Yeah. I'm not even gonna acknowledge Rugani right now. That's the way that I sit with it. Anyway, that's my feeling on it. It's the only thing is like, just because it's so common for one or both of them to get hurt. Heck, last year Chiellini got hurt every few games, and the year before that he went out. He scored the goal against I can't remember who it was in 1920, and then he was done for the year.
Yeah, he got towards ACL.
Yeah,
I think that was Parma.
Probably. It's always Parma whenever I ask you. Yeah. I feel like it's always Parma.
It was actually Parma as well, though.
Right?
Yeah.
I think you're right. Anyway, other thoughts on I'll come back into that here in a sec, but I'll leave in case you have any other thoughts when it comes to the Demiral situation. To me, it's just find an agreement, get that money.
Get that money. It should be done sooner rather than later, sort of, because there's no point of playing him. Like, I'd rather have Dragusin get more reps in preseason rather than Demiral step in there than leave last minute. Yeah. I still think it's a nice asset to sell and then get another one in return, not from Atalanta, but from elsewhere in the market. At the end of the day, he is our best trade chip, so I think he should leave.
Yeah. I mean,
but again,
we
not loans.
Yeah, we need to be able to cash in on him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Juventus, I think we're poor now. We'll see what'll happen. After we try to buy Locatelli while dealing with this. Let's jump in the chat, see what some people are saying about this. If they're commenting on it, they may be talking about something totally different.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Andrew was saying I'd kill to have him at this point. I have fallen in love with Vlahovic. That's back our last topic. Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have Rog Falk. I don't want to misprint say something. We should get Gosens in exchange for Demiral and for Bota, Locatelli and Pjanic in exchange for Ramsey or Rabiot. Here's the thing: they're not interested in Frabota anymore. Frabota's done when it comes to Atalanta. They don't want him. He's now probably going to go to either Genoa. Who are the other options that are on the list? There are Verona, and then there's one other one. I listed them off go look at the transfer video. I talked about it. Somebody go watch it, please.
Yeah.
It takes time to make this. Anyway, so I don't see that happening. And then also, Juventus has been very clear that they don't want to just, when it comes to Demiral, they want to cash in on it. They don't want to exchange him for anybody. And I mean, I know Juventus is interested in Verbota, or not Verbota, Gosens, but I don't think they're that highly interested right now when it comes to money that they want to get.
Yeah.
And then Locatelli and Pjanic in exchange for Ramsey or Rabiot. I don't. If you're saying that we should do a trade for that, none of that would. I don't know how that makes sense. But I say that maybe I'm just reading it wrong. Let me know if you're meaning something else when you say that. Let's see. Tariro, I saw Ramsey today. What's the plan? Because it's just a joke to me. Ramsey will probably be here, and that's probably what it is. I mean,
and that is the joke as well.
Yeah, we're all part of Ramsey's joke. It's a big game. They also said, I don't know if it's a. Anyway, they said that Allegri doesn't buy big names, so I'm not worried about Kaio being part of this. Wait. Okay, so I'm not worried about Kaio. Okay. Then Andrew, pay up, no loan. Yes. The fix is always in. Dortmund can do one, just wasting our time. They could probably. Well, I don't know their financial situation, honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is at this point in time. The Rockfolk also said that take Jorge in January. Yeah, if we can get him, I'd say take him in January.
Definitely.
Sign him for free or really cheap, whatever it is. Mohamed Demiral will be a beast under Allegri. We need depth in the back. Only sell for big money. We just kind of spent all this time talking about it. I think we were talking through this after you posted this.
Yeah.
So, but basically the situation is Juventus really needs money. It's the only problem. We just really need that money. Juan says, I hope that Hellas overtaking the competition for Verbota. We can get some sort of preferential option for Mattia Lovato for the future. What are your thoughts on Lovato? I like him.
I honestly watched him a couple times, and I watched him at the U23. No, what competition was it? Was it U21 or U23 Euro this past summer? I forget. Whatever. I was watching, and they lost to Portugal, and he was good. He was one of the better players for Italy. So yeah.
I think he could be a potential option for the future. We'll see. I don't know if if they could use him some sort of preferential option in the future, that's not bad. I like that way of thinking. Sorry, those are literally your words. Preferential option for the future. Yes, I agree with you, Juan. I could see that being an option because I think we both agree that Verbota is not our favorite. Let's see. Andrew says, "Why would you go to Tottenham when Atalanta has Champions League football?" Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's all money. And because you love Paratici. Let's see. Fix is always in. Atalanta, three alternatives in Takehiro, Tomiyasu. Oh, you're not helping me with these names, man. Demiral.
I can't see the chat anymore.
Oh, you can't see it? Oh, no. So, okay.
So I popped up for like a bit.
Yeah, so I am having to read this. Okay. Anyway,
that's the guy from Bologna, and he always does really well against Ronaldo when we play them. For whatever reason, he does. He's a Japanese dude. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I do remember him. Yeah, and then also he said Sven Botman was another one they were looking at.
Oh, he's good too.
I hate you, Alejandro. I just saw that. Go to hell. I don't know if you saw that. He put up a poll that said, should Justin get Pjanic on the back of his new Juventus jersey? You could all burn
face for it.
Yeah, if he wants to buy me one and send it to me, no. I still don't know if I want it. But yeah, if you want to send it to me, though, go ahead. Mohammed, I don't think Atalanta will spend all the money from Romero. Italian clubs need to save some cash. Loan is a better deal for all parties, in my opinion. You mean to loan?
Not good for the Juventus party.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good for Juventus unless you're just trying to loan him out for a year. And if your mindset is I'm bringing him back, it would be the only way. But that's not what we want. I mean, that's not that what we want. It's not that what the club needs to do right now.
Yeah.
Then Edgar said Real Madrid worried Barca won't sign Messi. Thus La Liga will have less appeal. Serie A should stop not selling good players to rivals and anti-Serie A clauses like Icardi because stars in the league equals more money. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, it took me a second to get where you were going. Because anytime I see Messi pop up, my head just goes to this is going to be a troll comment. Yeah. And it's not what you were doing at all. But it's always, I'm trained now from being on Twitter that anytime Ronaldo or Messi's names come up, that it's going to be some annoying comment. Yeah. They should embrace they should embrace the league. Like I mean, yes, there are teams that, obviously you don't like each other, but it would be better for the league overall if they did embrace that. But then you're also embracing your competition by selling good players to your teammates, or to your, opponents. So you could look at it in two different ways, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're a lower level club,
yeah,
if you're a lower level club, Inter, Juve, Milan, whoever have you, being good, it's good for you. When those struggle, it's bad for you.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. Let's see. Andrew, center back will be our next problem. I can feel it. Need depth. I'm not there yet.
No.
I don't. I mean, I do see. Yes, I know Chiellini and Bonucci are aging, but at the same time, De Ligt is gonna be. He's a jewel. There's nothing you need to worry about with him unless he gets like a serious injury and it keeps coming back or something like that. I'm not too worried yet. And then, we still have time to add plays. I think Bonucci, even if Chiellini retires, regardless of what you think of Bonucci, when he plays for Juventus, I still think he'll be around for a few more years at least.
Yeah, Bonucci,
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Edgar then said, great players should be sold to Serie teams with the league to increase appeal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate you clarifying, but yeah, thank you. Let's see. Juan says, and then we're in the last couple of these and we can jump into our other topic.
Yeah.
Call me crazy, but I would propose a dry loan to Atalanta. He can relaunch himself as a starter in the UCL, maybe raise his value and reevaluate at the end of the season. Are you talking about for
situation?
Yeah, I'm just not in the, wait, we were talking about Demiral, right? That's
but clear. He's trying to be like, so Romero went to Atalanta, played well in the Championship, blah, 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 upped his value. Atalanta took advantage, though. He wants just a dry loan so we can take him back and selfishly resell him for more.
Yeah. I just, to me at this point, if you can just sell him and get the money, if something like that happens again, it happens. But also, what you're asking for Demiral is not the same price you were asking for Romero. What was Romero, like 16 or something like that? I think
for 16 mil.
Yeah, so I don't foresee that happening yet. I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. Let's see. Andrew says, "Is it a bad idea? But we're so broke at the moment." Yeah, we're broke. That's it.
Yeah.
That's absolutely it. Give us money. Then Mohammed just said Pellegrini. So yes, Edgar, Juve sold people Inzaghi to Milan, and Inter sold Cannavaro to Juve, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then Edgar also said, "Are people here romanticizing over Icardi like I am? A golden chance to get him." I'm not romanticizing by any means.
No,
I'll say that.
Romanticizing. I'm an advocate for it.
Yeah. I'm not romanticizing, but I've become open to the idea.
Yeah.
At least it's my idea. Then the last one, Fix said, if some rumors are true that they can't pay Messi until January, at least we have 50% crowds at home this season, which should help. I don't know the whole situation in Barca. I'll be honest, I haven't followed. I know that they're trying to lower his wages and all that. I mean, his wages are insane. But anyway, let's move on. Unless you have anything else that you want to mention on that.
On Demiral, I got nothing. It's just, like I said, we need some money here.
Yeah.
In the now, we need some money.
And I'll be honest, this whole situation of this, this Mercado, like I'm hoping next year will be better or more fun to do this, because it's been so repetitive. And I appreciate you guys for coming back and watching the live stream and commenting every day. I mean, it shows how addicted we are. But also it shows just it's just the whole we just need money and we're not buying anybody. It gets tiring after a while. But we want to see our club succeed. Anyway, let's move on. The last topic of the day, which is the Juventus versus Cesena.
Yeah, Cesena. You got it.
Okay. The first time I said something different. So now I second guess it every time. Juventus winning 3-1. What have we learned from this match? And this is the part where, like I said, in case I'll be open, I haven't eaten today, so I'm going to be eating a little bit off camera. Try to let you talk for a bit, and then I'll give some of my thoughts afterwards. I'll let you take it away now.
Okay. So again, you can't really take any totalities from a game against Cesena, again, with our Primavera squad and a couple of actual first team players. However, what you saw in the game was some talent. the guy on the screen there, firstly, Matthias Sule. Wow, that guy's actually pretty sick. He took balls down out of the sky, no problem. Started running direct at players or the defenders, and he made stuff happen. He scored a fluky goal. So I'm not saying wow he's the best because of that, but like the whole match he was a threat when he touched the ball. He was looking for 1-2s at the edge of the area. Some not even like our first team players don't even look to do that for our team. He's looking to create. It's nice to watch. He's predominantly left-footed. So everyone's going, oh, he's like Dybala, he's like Messi. No, come on, time out. He's a youth player. We just got him for free last year. He's 18, but every time, like I said, he touched the ball, he looked really good. And I know we played Cesena, but I'm hyping that guy up right now. Again, Weston McKennie was good, but Weston McKennie's a first-team player, probably starting 11 player. The first goal we scored was pretty good. I think it was, what was his name again? The Belgian guy. Sorry. De Winter?
Yeah, De Winter. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry I put you on the spot like that. Yeah.
No, we're good. I'm just choking on a cheeseburger. Sorry.
Yeah. De Winter was pretty good. Rugani looked unbelievable. Who else was good? Who else stood out? Felix Correa was not good.
I think I vomited because he was wearing the captain's armband, and I was in pain. Okay, we're at 9. Yes. Real quick timeout. Right now where it says 998, but I guess that means we're at 999 subscribers. If you're on the channel and you haven't been subscribed, you could be 1,000 right now. Feel a chance, or take the opportunity to help us out if you want. Otherwise I'll forget to say like and subscribe. Go back. Go ahead.
Okay. So Ranocchia, he started. He wasn't that impressive. Miretti was okay. Fagioli was okay, but all in all, it was okay for the first game of the season, especially against a Serie B squad. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with what happened. DeShilio looked like he didn't even care to be there. I don't know if you saw him. A couple of times he was just walking around and he shot. I think he got through 3 players and he shot wide. He's like, whatever. It was stupid. Why am I here? But you can't be like that. Dragusin was actually all right. He won a lot of tackles, a lot of aerial balls. Piazza's so bad, man. That guy's got to leave. I don't know. He just has a problem or something. He's just not first team quality. I think he's going to Torino. But yeah.
Hey, wait. Sorry, I zoned out a little bit. Did you say something about Fagioli? Because the chat's killing you right now. I think you may have said Fagioli instead, because I think the chat is killing you right now. I think they all unsubscribed. Yeah, we've lost 6 subscribers.
I know.
No, you're good.
He lacks a discipline.
I do want to talk on that for a minute.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say, I appreciate. Thank you for saying nice shirt, MZ Wrath. Something I want to talk about is I think I sit down and I've seen a lot of people comment on it, but I kind of agree with them. Like, we're sitting watching this match. It's just we're really missing out by not playing all these youth players on the first team every game. Like, we're missing out. Like, Sol needs to be out there. We need to bench Sol needs to be out there. Fagioli. I don't even buy Locatelli at this point. Just put Fagioli out there first team. We're good to bleep and go. And then, anyway, sorry, I was going to do that for a bit, but I can't do this. Anyway, one of my biggest issues, I'll say, Sol looks good. I had to get a good touch there at the early, what was that, in the 14th minute or something like that? I don't know. I always go to the times.
He pulled the ball out of the sky a couple of times, and it was really nice to watch.
Yeah. I just want to talk a little bit about Fagioli in that situation. I don't know if this is hot takey or what have you, and I also don't know all the circumstances. I do know that he was late, and that's why he didn't play, right?
Yeah, same with the other two, right? There was another
DiPardo
two. DiPardo and someone else.
Yeah, and then somebody, I'm blanking on it right now. Anyway, to me, if I'm a fan, and so many people have been riding the Fagioli train and have been, pushing for this kid, building up the hype for this kid, and you come out here and you can't get off your ass and be there on time for the freaking, you can't show up on time, and then they sit you during your, biggest fucking opportunity to come out and actually play for the team, like to actually start and actually, like, I don't know,
new
that
coach as well, new coach, new team, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you haven't played. You played under Pirlo last year.
Yeah.
You haven't played for Allegri at all. How does that make you look for the team? How does it make you look to the fans that are out here saying Fajoli needs to play more? Fajoli needs to be out here. He's not mature enough to get his ass out there on time.
Yeah,
like that's, I don't know.
He's probably middle. Now he's like at the bottom of Allegri's list. And that's what happens.
It's just, I mean, I don't know.
Player. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it pisses me off because I'm like, yeah, I do. There's a part of me I don't believe. Okay, I don't believe all the hype. There's so much hype that gets thrown into all these players. I know we've had people commenting and giving all their thoughts on, Fajoli is great. Or not Fajoli was great, sorry. He didn't play. Sol, whoever. And they're building up all these players that, you know what, they're playing a Series C team. They're not playing, you're not playing Serie A competition. You're not playing Champions League competition.
Yeah.
You're going to look a little bit better than you would playing with the first team. Also, so I don't want to buy into all this hype. There's also, like, here in America, when I talked about it a little bit with you all, I know people everywhere, they love to buy and like dig into all this stuff. And a lot of the Homer stuff here locally, I'll talk about with a preseason basketball or football game or whatever it is, people will try to like dive into it so much and build so much out of it when, like, no offense, it doesn't mean shit. Like, they're not playing, but you're playing nobody. Like that, to be honest, you're not playing. Yes, you could see someplace, you can see a little bit of, this guy can do this guy can do that. This guy's like, you look at Felix Herrera, like, he is fast. He is hauling his ass up and down the field. I like when I saw that. I can see stuff like that, maybe technical, not as good
his
as
final ball. I know he put in the first cross that got it to what's his name, to the Winter, like his first ball in, created a goal, but the final ball wasn't always great.
Exactly. Let's see. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me cut away from my rant.
Yo, breaking news.
Rubio Chris says Juventus have an agreement with Kaio Jorge. Oh, Kaio Jorge. I don't know why. Sorry, I'm not disappointed. I was hoping it was going to be something else. With Kaio Jorge, now they must decide whether to try to reach an agreement with Santos or try after the end of contract. So basically, it's breaking news of the same stuff that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So nothing really new to add to our conversation. Appreciate it, guys. That's where it sits. Is everything that we talked about. Nothing changes.
Yeah.
Going forward.
It's anyway. We're getting him in January for free, or we're going to give a little compensation now. It's just that Romeo Abreti confirmed it.
Yeah. So it means it's real.
Sorry, that was my dog.
You're good. Anyway, the only thing I do love, and I appreciate that now we actually have something to talk about when it comes to the actual squad. Sorry, not the squad. Sorry, I got sidetracked a little bit. I was looking at something while I was trying to talk. We actually have like a match of some sort to talk about. We actually can, we can actually talk about, ball being played rather than just talking about who are we going to, the behind the scenes transfer market BS. And it's fun to talk about when things are happening. When things aren't talking about, the transfer market is miserable, to be honest. Like, this year, it's been miserable. So I'm excited whenever the season starts to actually get into this and actually be able to talk about some real games being played. That's the last thing I wanted to say about the Fajoli situation is I hope he comes back and steps it up in the next match. I expect that he will next time he gets an opportunity to play. But then also, how much of an opportunity is he going to get to play because he has, he's going to have other. They're all going to be back
today.
So you're going to be playing ass back because we're going to be playing. Get your ass back on the bench. That was really old and musty. Anyway. Okay, so it looks like we did hit 1,000 followers or subscribers, is what Alejandro is reporting. Let me check to make sure. Oh, we actually did. Okay, we for real hit 1K. Not for real. We was for real, whatever. But it still shows like went off. Yes, 1K subscribers. Thank you all very much. We appreciate this. We were talking about this like, oh, we can't wait to celebrate on camera. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Yay. Thank you guys. Now we can get back to talking about Juventus, but that's awesome. Jamie. Oh yeah, Jamie, it was you, Jamie Drummer. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm so glad to have you all here. Hopefully we can bring you some good Juventus content. If you're new here, we talk about a little bit. One of the things we want to do, we're going to talk about all this stuff that we've been talking nonsense about transfer market, players, games, whatever. but there's also going to be a community aspect that we really want to bring to this going into the future, where we want to bring in and talk about like who you are as a fan. We'll kind of want to do like a global scale Juventus fan group kind of thing, where we can actually get to know each other. Maybe maybe we'll see if I ever want to do lives. You all can do it with other members of our team, but we'll see if I want to do. To be honest, like when it comes to some stuff watch togethers, I'm probably the most boring person because I'll just sit there and just stare, and then when they do something, I'll just go, "That's good."
Oh, but those reactionary kind of guys.
When I'm pissed, I'm probably okay because I'll be yelling. But when it comes to excitement, it's just like, okay, good. That's good. That's good. Maybe I'll clap. Maybe I'll give a couple golf claps. Whatever I gotta do. Yeah, that's just how I am. Anyway, but we'll see. But we're going to bring you guys in here. Thank you all so much, everybody who's saying that. It's really, I've had a lot of people tell us, or not tell us, because I understand it's not easy to get to 1K subscribers. Yeah. Luckily, we have a great platform that Alejandro has supplied us with and started out with, where he's able to share this to many people to help us get to these subscribers that we have. It's awesome. Just so exciting. It's been less than 2 months. So it feels, it's felt like a lot, but it has only been 2 months. I can only imagine what we can bring you all in the future when we're just getting started. Yeah. So, we're just getting started, bro. Anyway, let's get back and actually talk about stuff. We can pat ourselves on the back some more later. But anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you all again. Any other thoughts from the match that you can think of that you have going forward? My main thing is just my disappointment in Fajoli. Missed off.
Well, even the other two.
Those two.
Yeah, even if it was like DePardo making Fajoli late. You know what I mean? What if they're living together? And if he's bringing this guy down, or even the reverse, if Fajoli's bringing another kid down. You know what I mean? And now they start from the bottom, and like we just mentioned today, guess who came to camp? Rabiot, Ramsey, Kulusevski, some big players. Ronaldo.
Right. Yeah, maybe Ronaldo. Sometimes Ronaldo.
So the competition's even tougher now, and apparently Locatelli's coming soon. Shouldn't have screwed up, kid.
Yeah,
Allegri is that guy though. Like, I don't if he did this with Pirlo last year, I don't think Pirlo would have said boo. But since it's Allegri now, he's a hard ass, and this is the repercussions he's going to face now.
I am all the way here for it. I'm all the way for him. Honestly, getting these guys into shape when it comes to some of the stuff that they get away with.
You can tell last year there's no discipline. Sorry. You can tell last year there's no discipline. Like Pirlo didn't everyone had fun at freaking practice or whatever, but in the games you need to win. I don't get to watch practice and see you guys have fun. I get to see you guys win.
Right, exactly. Well, that's that you actually coach football, soccer, whatever I want to call it, soccer, football. You know what I mean? Sorry, whenever in my mind I say football, I think because I played, obviously this is gonna become this is the thing. The guy of a show we did before where a guy would say that he doesn't drink, and it became this huge thing of just him repeating it over and over and over again. And anyway, that's what me saying I played the other kind of football is going to become on our channel. But when I say that, the reason I say it is sometimes in different sports there's a different mindset. There's a different. Usually it's about the same, but at the same time, sometimes like if you go from college to pro, amateur, whatever, sometimes the things that work in college don't work in pro. Like some coaches, college basketball to NBA, like Rick Pitino coached for U of L, where if he were to go to the NBA and just start screaming in people's faces, it's not going to fly. That's not going to work.
No way.
But there's some stuff like that where discipline and being a hard ass has to work and has to get you into shape. Otherwise, you're going to have what we saw last year. Where they just came out. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The one thing I don't want to hear is that somebody's having fun in practice. That's what I mean? Like not that it shouldn't be fun. If you enjoy playing the sport, it should be fun. But practice itself should not be. I'm just going out there and enjoying myself. No, like you're working, you're better.
Yeah, remember Allegri? He was wearing Pogba and Dybala after practice. They had fun. They did that basketball, the whole video, whatever. That's fun. I'm okay with that. During practice, get what the main focus of the training is. If it's tactic, if it's just technique, if it's just whatever it is, get that done and then have fun because you guys are paid professionals. You practice for an hour and a half and then go do what you need to do. You have the rest of your day. You don't have an 8-hour day job.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's just one of the things it does bother me, because I remember the beginning of last year. I can't remember who it was, and I understand there were issues with Sarri and the way it worked out, and Sarri wasn't, exactly a good fit for Juventus. But I do remember hearing when Pirlo first came, and part of me was like, okay, we'll see, maybe it's a good thing. But I remember like some of the players, was it even? I don't think it was Ronaldo. I can't remember who it was. Somebody saying that they just enjoyed. Like,
it was Ronaldo.
Was it Ronaldo? Okay.
Yeah, it was the senior players.
Yeah, it was them saying that they were just enjoying or having more fun at practice and stuff like that.
So enjoyable with Pirlo. He makes it so fun. It's like, okay.
And a lot of people were saying that
at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and a lot of people were just like, okay, I like the feel of this, and I'm like, I don't. I love Pirlo. I still, he's one of my favorite players, and I like Pirlo a lot. But when I heard that, I was like, that's a red flag. That's not something that I look forward to, and that's not something that I want to hear anytime ever.
Read the fixes always in. Read his comment right there. Max equals stability and discipline in the system players understand. That's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. He would
drop anyone, and I mean anyone. No superstars in Max's teams. The team comes first. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. And I know we talked about this before. I want to win. The joy will come with winning. When you win, things can be rough, but if you win, you're happy afterwards. That's all that matters.
100%.
Let's do you have any other comments on this right now before I go back? Because I feel like I've neglected after we hit 1K. I just kind of ignored some of the chat. Not ignored it, but a lot of it came through.
Yeah. So there was one. I couldn't remember his name, but there was one guy in the chat. He said he wanted to make a comment about Marley Ake, another one of the players.
Yes.
It's just at this time we played Cesena, and they are said to be scraps. So like, we can't take too many. What did I say at the beginning? We can't take too many totalities out of this game. Like Weston McKennie looked like Messi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like he was fine, and just continue to grind and get better. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And not all of these players are going to be superstars on a team. Like Sule, we just named so many players, right? All these Primavera players, they're not all going to be first team players for Juventus. So let's take it with a grain of salt. Let's watch and continue to see how they progress. Let's watch to see when these senior players came back, who's actually going to play in the next games. Who do we play? Monza next?
Yeah. Is that right? I want to say that's right.
Monza, another friendly.
Because I remember me saying that I wish Balotelli was still there. Yeah. For that reason. Or whatever it was. That's what comes to my mind.
The Berlusconi Cup, and then we'll see who's playing in that game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is Monza. Yeah. Alejandro confirmed it. It is Monza. The one thing I was gonna say, also I know because a lot of people, they like to get hype about these young players. Yeah. They want to find the next guy who's gonna be the next, whatever you have Del Piero, whatever it's gonna be. They want the next guy that's gonna be that. And I agree with you. I do want that. It's just more than likely it's not gonna be that. So that's why.
Well, we know from North American sports. We know from North American sports drafting. Like you played American football a lot. I watch hockey a lot. Yeah. We know that draft. Like if you get 1 out of 7 your draft picks and they make it to the team, that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's absolutely, that's true. That's one thing I was gonna go with. Like even I remember in high school, I went to a smaller school outside of Louisville, if you know where Louisville, Kentucky is. I went to a school, I played football there, but there's a kid who was like Mr. Basketball for the state, which is like, it just, Mr. Basketball means you're the best player in the state. Yeah. You get that award kind of thing. His name was AJ Slaughter, and he was really good. He ended up going, people were upset because he didn't get recruited by U of L or UK here locally. I remember a lot of us were pretty pissed. He ended up going to like Western Kentucky, which they're still a pretty solid team. They make the tournament, but they're not, they're not the blue bloods of the region. But he got out there, and he was still very good, but like he was a superstar, obviously playing with us, playing with people, regular people. But then like you see him get out there with good competition, and it ain't the same. It's not the same at all. So like you could put Fagioli, you could put whoever out there and put them up against, put them up against the Chiellini, switch them on, put them on opposite teams and see how he does against a defender like that. So it's not gonna work out always. I mean, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? What I'm saying? It's like, I just don't want to put too much hype into these guys. If they turn into something lovely, I hope so. But I don't want to get too invested, and that's one reason why Juventus goes for players that are, already developed and buying them from other teams for the most part. when you're at the level that Juventus is.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just going to jump into some of the chat, so you go ahead and say whatever you want to say.
I was going to say, just like the Primavera and U23 squad are so critical to Juventus now only because we have no money. But in the past, when we had money, like you could cover up some deficiencies. Like, what was it? Marchisio and Jovinko were the only guys who came through the system in the past decade or something. Like, it doesn't happen for our team. We usually go poach. And now everyone's like, okay, we have no money. These guys need to step up pretty soon. But at the end of the day, like we were just discussing, how often do these kids come up and do well or actually stick on the team?
Yeah.
So
definitely. That's what, like, Marquisio's beloved, obviously, but it's to get to that level, it's so difficult.
Yeah.
Let's run through some of these. Make sure you check in with our new shows. Obviously, if you're new here, if you came in recently, like and subscribe. Always do that. But then, okay, let's jump into what some of you guys are saying. I'm scrolling through this huge list of people ragging on you about Fagioli not playing.
Man, I was just naming off names. I was like, I didn't even mean to say Fagioli. I knew it. I texted the group too. I was like, these guys are idiots because they were missing the game.
Yeah, we were talking about. I mean, honestly, the thing is, a lot of this stuff's gonna happen because when you're talking for an hour straight, you're gonna say something stupid. Like that's not even bad compared to some of the stuff I've said. So you're good to go. Let's see. Fix is always in. Yeah, Fagioli needs to sort his discipline as it was a big chance for him. Let's see. Here he comes. I agree that Fagioli is the B Modric. Were we just talking about that? Or Modric?
Yeah.
We just said, I bet we're going to come in and people are going to start calling him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Ravella is not as good as Fagioli. I don't know. Maybe.
Ravella has more first team experience, so.
Until you can see him, head to head, or not even head to head, but you know what I mean, like side by side, it's hard to tell. Let's see. Fagioli is the new Principino. That's from Ryan. Well, we said our thoughts, but
we've said our thoughts about young players.
I want him to be. I would love him to. I want all of them to be, but they're just not. Sure. Yeah. Let's see. Giovanni Cristiano said, "I like the discipline that Allegri is putting on Fagioli to prepare him when he becomes more of a top player." Absolutely. Yeah. 100% agree with you. Yes. Well, okay. Fix says, breaking from football, Italia, UOL. Is this the same thing that we said? Let's see. In Brazil, claims Santos striker Kaio Jorge has already signed a pre-contact agreement with Juventus, valid from January 2022, cutting Milan and Benfica out. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know much about that, but I appreciate you sharing that. So I'll see.
That's the most ideal thing.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, Alejandro says Mirko Di Natale can confirm. There we go.
Confirms.
I'm tied. Couldn't even say it. Confirms the contract. Okay, awesome. There we go. So, I mean, I like that setup. If he wants to come to Juventus and we'll, wait till January, perfect. That's awesome.
So basically, he's choosing to say screw Milan and Benfica, and he's coming for free in January. This is what's going to be happening. Beautiful. Take that all.
I'm glad I haven't filmed the transfer market yet for the income. I'll switch that up a little bit. I guess anyway.
Though. Hey, that's the first signing on the show.
Yeah, exactly. It's first one. It might be the last. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Hopefully, Locatelli. I swear to God, if they don't finish it by Thursday.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay. A lot of people agreeing with that. Apparently, from January. I understand Fagioli has passed you, but if you want to grow your following, don't swear. Oh, it's pissed me off. Honestly, the reason I appreciate you saying don't swear, I try to avoid it for the most part. Sometimes it's going to slip out.
Yeah.
And, when you're
passionate about something, you just talk and talk and talk. That's what happens.
It's like a sports radio kind of thing or whatever it is. It's going to happen. It did piss me off, but it'll be all right. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I'll work on it. We'll see. Honestly, this might be my only outlet to swear because now I've got a 1-year-old and my wife shut that down real quick.
Can't
so all my swearing.
Yeah,
right. At least his first word was dada and not that one. Okay. If you see something, let me know on the screen. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep reading off a few of these. Oh wow. Anyway, okay, never mind. I won't cover it because it might not be for on here anyway to say. I don't know if anyone else was as impressed by Ake, aka.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. I went over the
That's the one you meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I went on the rant about like not all of these young players are going to make it to the first team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jamie Drummer says, if Demiral leaves, who's going to be the fourth choice CB? I think that's you say.
I say Rugani.
I say Dragusin because I refuse to say Rugani, but I know it's Rugani, but I refuse to say Rugani personally. And then we have all the celebration people for the thousands. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Forza Bianconerizo. You guys are just as much a part of this as we are, so I appreciate it. More so, honestly. I'm just getting up here talking nonsense. Let's see. And then Andrea Marcilia, I think if I said that right, says, do you think Kaio Jorge, I was going to say Jorge because I speak Spanish, and that's,
you can say it. I mean, who knows?
I think it is Jorge.
If you go on Wikipedia, they always have the pronunciation thing on the top. So.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those things where like there's always a new name that pops up, and I'm not going to go look it up every time. But this one I will because it's necessary. Because Hey, do you think Kaio Jorge will come to Turin for sure? It seems like it. It sure seems like it now. 10 minutes ago, I probably would have said I don't know. Yeah. Like I probably still would have not been confident, but okay. Let's see, Jamie Jones. This Kaio Jorge kid's there's been hype about him at Santos for about a year. Best Santos player since Neymar, but he hasn't scored much. Yeah, that's the one thing that kind of puts me off is like, so he's hyped all this, but like, where's the output? Like I'm saying,
Neymar scored goals. He scored goals for Santos, and this guy scored about like 5 so far.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah, and 2 as of late. So we'll see. Let's see. Semo Ferreira. Sorry, my tongue went crazy. Cristiano Ronaldo. That's what she said. Anyway, Cristiano Ronaldo, Dybala, Chiesa, and Antuna. Good attack. Okay, we got some responses. Clement was responding. How you doing, Clement? Good to see you. I'm confident that Kaio will join Juve. Yeah, I think we all are now. Let's see. He is young. I think they're talking about Jorge. He's young and will need some experience with players who plays in Juventus. I think he'd be a great player and score a lot after a bit of experience there. I hope so. I hope so. I think that's I mean, if
we don't want a player to come in. We don't want the worst for him. We want the best, of course.
Yeah. We also don't want a striker who can't score. That doesn't do us very good. Let's see. And then then we're back into the Max's Iron Fist, all that. And then Clement brings up a good point, kind of what we were talking about to everybody, just saying that we cannot give a chance to all of our young players. Absolutely. You want to pick out the few that could be something for the future. Fajoli's in that list for sure. And then whoever else have you.
Yeah, I think that's why the U23 setup is perfect, because that's what they do in England. And they have Barcelona B, but we just call it U23 for Juventus, and they play in Serie C. It's a good system to have because you can see these guys, if they're doing well, they're playing professional, like not the greatest professional, but they are playing professional soccer, and you can see them come up, and you can see them in an area or an arena at least, and playing at a professional level. Whereas the Primavera is like U19, you're done.
It's to me what's wild that everybody plays the sport or does whatever, but really understand how good these people are at what they do. Yeah. Like go out there. I remember when I went to U of L, obviously Louisville's a basketball school, all that, pretty well known for it. I would shorter fat kid playing basketball. They're like 6 feet tall, playing football. That was about it. And I was out there just playing basketball with my friends, fraternity, whatever. But then we'd get guys that were retired, not retired, but like a couple years out from their degrees that played for some of these top schools. Yeah. And they get out there just cramming on us and all that. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not doing this. I'm not playing against these guys. It's not even a competition at all. So that's why I think people don't realize, like, if it's like that's me to them. Those guys are what these U23 guys are probably like compared to the real players. Yeah, what I'm saying. Anyway, then Jamie Drummer said we should sell Demiral and just buy Romero back from Atalanta for the 40 mil. Yeah. We'd be basically just there would be no point to doing that. Yeah. I see what you're saying, but yeah. Juan, it's been reported Allegri has been impressed by Ranocchia, so maybe Fagioli shot himself in the foot by being silly. Yeah, I mean it's possible. Whenever you
That's
have a new
what we said, the
coach,
pecking order, right?
they'll find their guys. I'm sure you're that way. You're probably, you just prefer your guys, and then everybody else you try to bully them out of your team.
Go to the B team. Go to the B team.
Exactly. Yes. Let's see. Andrea Marcelia said, "I'm Italian and live in Germany, but very proud to be here with you all." Awesome. That's exactly what we love doing here. Is like having people all over the world, not just just in Italy or wherever. It's so cool, the different people that are heirs to that I never would imagine, and that's the part that I'm passionate about. It's like meeting you guys.
Yeah, we got Kenyans, we got Bahrainian. I don't know if that's correct. Bahrainians, maybe. I don't know. But Kenyans, we got people from all over the world.
Australia.
And we got 2 North Americans hosting.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the ugly American, and he's Canadian. People like Canadians a bit better. But yes. So give me a pass. But anyway. Okay. Let's see. Let's go through a few more of these. Jamie was saying, if we're getting Kaio Jorge, do you think that means Vlahovic is a no-go? And there's a few people saying Vlahovic is too expensive at this time. Yada yada, all that. I don't know. I don't think he's a no-go. I think definitely. Oh, no, I don't, because I think if Ronaldo's out, I think you still go for Vlahovic, right? Because Kaio Jorge is not. He's not at that level that Vlahovic is right now.
No, Vlahovic is not happening this year unless Ronaldo's sold in a week, but he won't be. This is all hypotheticals. But next year, I can see it as a realistic possibility because Ronaldo won't come back, I don't think.
I don't think
he's going to run out of contract and he's done.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's been kind of quiet. I'm not gonna say that, but that's hilarious. Sorry, we got a comment from our producer. Anyway, so basically, where was I? What was I saying? I got derailed. Vlahovic. Okay, Vlahovic.
Yeah, Vlahovic.
No, I think he's still the option. I would rather have him if we can just put the Icardi train not to rest, because I know there's some people that like him and he could be fine, but I'd rather have Vlahovic over Icardi any day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
So with me, I'm going on the assumption that Ronaldo's not going to renew for a new contract or anything like that. Yeah. He's going to be out of here. If that happens, Vlahovic the guy, and then we'll see what happens with Kaio Jorge going forward. Yeah. If he plays his way up, we'll see. But Kaio Jorge, no matter what, is still going to be that fourth guy in the pecking order. He's still at the bottom, but he gets to play for Juventus, so that's the thing. Jamie, yes, I know you just joined us today, but you're good in my book, because you said I think we missed a huge trick this year. Should have got down on Ruma and gotten rid of Chesney. I agree with you. It's just unfortunately it was never gonna happen because Chesney wasn't gonna go anywhere. Yeah. Let me pick out a few of these. We actually have quite a bit of comments. So you have to get out of here soon, because I know you have. We've actually gone over. Yeah. Okay, so I can go through a bit more of these than I thought I was gonna be able to. Let's see. Okay, there's a lot of these Vlahovic ones. If we leave, and then Jamie was also saying follow up about Vlahovic. If we leave him another year, we're probably not getting him. I'm not so sure about that. I know there's talks about, I think Vlahovic was rumored with Manchester United. I think that was one that was back in March, I think, of this year. I feel like that happens a lot though. Yeah. They'll throw those around here. I think Juventus has a good enough rapport with. Well, I don't know what is the situation with Fiorentina. It's not that good, they've been good about. It's not good, but they've been good about doing deals, eventually doing deals, if that makes sense. I know they're tired of our crap right now. Of course, most of Serie A is tired of Juve, Milan, and Inter.
Yeah,
but they
it's not just from the Super League, though. It's from the Chiesa deal as well.
Yeah,
they just basically say, Federico, come and we'll pay your club eventually, but just come now and demand to leave.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crap.
But that's not. But yeah, I mean, it's not all, but I think hasn't Chiesa wanted out of there regardless? Even not just for Juventus. I mean, for Juventus, but he's been wanting out. Okay, here we go. This one's more fun for me, I guess. Andrew Finnan said, still don't get the draft, and I live in the U.S. Here's the thing about me. I didn't understand how the hell, or sorry, if hell's the cuss word, guys, sorry. I apologize. Anyway, I never understood how, honestly, just when it came to signing whoever you want, offering contracts without a draft. That was more foreign to me than the draft is probably to everybody else. The draft's actually cool, but the thing with the draft, I talked about it with Alejandro, who's our producer, because I was mentioning and kind of explaining the situation where, here in America, if you're a young player, again, European football, soccer is not where it is in the United States. In the United States, it's about football, American football, basketball, those kind of sports, baseball, whatever have you. In those sports, you're almost now. Before there were deals where you could go straight out of high school or whatever you call it everywhere else. You go to high school to go to college, university, whatever it is, and at college, university, you play the sport. Freshman through senior year, you get 4 years of eligibility, and then you try to get drafted from there. So basically, youth leagues, U23 programs, stuff like that, Primavera, all that is what our college system is for the most part. That's how you do sports. So you go and you play college, and you don't get paid. You don't get paid. The NCAA takes advantage of you, and they milk you for all that you're worth. You get this time. It's not always bad. Some of the schools, most of the time, you get paid under the table, and people cheat.
I got free stuff. I got free clothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You get
about my school stuff. Though, that's it.
You get free clothing. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything about your level of performance personally, but I'm gonna guess it's not what some of these like NBA level talent players.
No, I was not Reggie Bush. I was not.
What they're getting.
I was not allowed to get a house. No.
Yeah, it's not whatever they're getting under the table. Yeah. And I know from experience with some of the UL guys who aren't, obviously the one and whatever. Anyway, I don't want to go too long on this, but basically it is you go through that system first. They take advantage of you, and then you get drafted out of there. And it's just NBA. There's such a small draft window, or not a draft window, but there's only 32 players, or 32 players per round.
NBA 60, NBA 30, 2 rounds. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So there's just only so many make it, and that's why it's a draft, and that's just how it works out. Same thing with football. Football, though, you have 70 rounds, or it's not 70, 7 rounds and all that. So it is a bit different if you're not from here, but basically the situation is now the last week or so, the NCAA, basically the U.S. government has unanimously, you can never get Democrats and Republicans on the same side, and now that they basically said bleep you to the NCAA, pay these or let these people get paid, so now they can start to do what everybody else is able to do around the world and get paid. I think Alejandro was trying to shut me down because I was not talking about Juventus, but I was just explaining for anybody who needs to know. If you want to know more, feel free to reach out to me. Anyway, let's see. I will go through a couple more and then we'll be done. I've actually had pretty good numbers, so I appreciate you guys being here and doing this with. Oh no, it was glitching. Anyway, at least and also we haven't had Pjanic pop up on my screen yet today.
Yeah.
Let's
it's coming
see.
now, man.
Oh, I know it is. Okay, Clement said Icardi, Gabriel Jesus, and Vlahovic arrival depends on the future of CR7. Don't think that Juve is not ambitious. We just don't have any money. Absolutely. Yeah, those players are all just going to be. It's so repetitive. I feel like people tune into some of my videos that I do, and I'm like, it just depends on Ronaldo. What's Ronaldo going to do? Ronaldo is the key. When we say the key, it doesn't mean like he is the main guy for the future, but he's the key to make anything move, anything happen.
He's the biggest piece of the puzzle.
Yep. Let's see what else we got here, and then we'll move it on. Juve lost so much money due to the Pandy. The reason they increased the budget so as to fill the void loss. By the way, I want to talk about that real quick. I remember last time when you were doing it, and I was on the road, and you said the word that you're not supposed to say, and I just saw your face, just like freeze, and you're like, and I was like, just keep going, you're good, you're good. So, anyway, let's see. What else do we have that you guys are talking about in here? Well, okay, Juan, here he goes. He might be taking a shot at Julian, so let's see what we're saying. Well, I agree with Julian in that Juventus have been investing money.
Sorry, what was that? He agrees?
Well, he says, while I agree. That always means there's a but. There's a but. Well, I agree with Julian in that Juventus has been investing money in the youth system precisely to grow their own talents, and the U23 projects have been improving some. Okay. Yeah. And they said the management have been very vocal in developing their own. And while I agree we won't get a full team of homegrown players, we can get a big influx of youngsters in the next years. So
it will get better. Like like you said, the amount of money they are investing in the youth programs, like the Primavera team's actually gotten better. The U23s are a mid-table Serie C team. They are getting better, and you will see even better players come through there. He's exactly right. But I was just saying, in the past, we've had to strictly buy players. But now we have to focus on, because we don't have as much money as before, we have to focus on developing these young guys, and they're going to have to do a better job.
Yeah. Sorry, I turned off my mic while you're talking. And agreed. And then let's a couple more and then we can wrap it up. Jamie said, "Are Juve favorites for Serie A this season?" I don't think so. I mean, when I say that, I think.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm sandbagging a little bit when I say this. Is what I'm doing. I'm not saying they're favorites. I'm saying Inter is favorites, and if they don't win, it's a massive disappointment on them. It's an indictment on the program, to be honest, if they don't win. But no, I mean, I think Juventus is definitely capable, and that's why you bring Allegri in, is to win Serie A. You tell me, you give me your thoughts, and then I know you said you think they are.
As soon as Pirlo left and Allegri was signed, we became favorites, and that's the end of that. Yeah. Like, it is what it is. And Conte left, and then they got a guy who always poops himself at the biggest stage, Inzaghi. And I like our chances the best because of that. He knows what it takes to win.
Absolutely. So hopefully we do. We'll see. Our team, obviously, though, is not going to be vastly different, though. I feel like Inter's going to take some hits. Different system, and we'll see what happens there. I'm always a pessimist, though. So, there's some people that are just always positive on their team. What time do you need to be done by? We have a few more, but you need to be out now. You can let me know. I mean, my wife's got my kid.
To go? What?
No. That was just last time. He was at daycare. My wife picked him up from daycare. So.
Oh, okay. As long as it's okay, you're good.
All right, let's run through these last few. Yeah. I appreciate all the comments and all the interactions with you guys for sure, especially today. It's awesome to hit that milestone. Let's see. Isolin, I apologize if I'm saying this wrong. Boyden, if you watch all Fagioli's U23 matches, he plays like Frankie de Jong. We need to give him game time and keep a hold of him. Go ahead.
I think we've gone over this so much about all these players. They need to slowly get involved. Like, he can't play against Inter right away. He needs to play against Salernitana, these Copitelli matches. He needs to get his feet wet. Last year it was good, but it was only 2 or 3 games. It needs to be more than that. The
problem is yes, he does need more playing time. Honestly, get him as much playing time before you lose or whatever. How many games that he has to play in, and then he can't play in U23 anymore? What is it? We've mentioned it. One of the other. Yeah, whatever that number of games is, before we do that, he needs to be playing U23, because the thing is, right now Juventus needs to win, and they don't need to drop points to any of these crappy teams. When I say crappy teams, they don't need to drop points to the bottom third of the table. Correct. They really don't. So yeah. So you can't. So right now, I'll go through the thing at the start of the season is I'm not willing to throw him out there until I know that we're getting a win. Because that makes sense. Win a few and then whatever, then maybe you give them chances. I'm not for giving chances. I'm not really okay with growing pains this year right now.
Yeah, no, we need to win. We need to win.
Yeah. Ryan Saliba says Dragostea all the way. And then Del Juve Piero, always read it backwards, says, I will never buy into the type of young players until proven otherwise. I'm kind of more in your boat. Yeah, I'm kind of more in your boat right now when it comes to that. Prove it before I'm just going to say you're great. Fagioli is full of gas, literally, says MZ Raf. And then Clement. Okay, yeah, Clement was confirming Romeo Grassi said Juventus is in agreement. Let's see. Jamie Drummer says, how long until Juve have to worry about AC Milan being a threat? I mean, what do you mean? In Serie A, I think they're there right now, right? They've been in the top. I mean, are you hearing me? Okay.
I don't know. I can hear you. I was waiting for you to finish.
Oh, that's about normal. No, sorry. I was like, am I talking? No. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Sorry. I just saw our producer's going to have to go. We talk for a while. Anyway, I guess the way I feel right now is I'll just say, and we'll just leave it at this. I feel like AC Milan's kind of a threat right now. They've got, as long as you have, Ibrahimovic there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like right now, you can't lose 3-0 at home. I think the threat.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be as good as last year because they're losing both their main center midfielders to the African Cup of Nations, and that's just going to derail their season, in my opinion. Like Benacer and what's his name, Kessié. Yeah. So they're going to be missing all of January with the competition, and Giroud and Ibrahimovic are dinosaurs. I'm sorry, they're even older than Chiellini. So
I totally blanked on that. Yeah, I totally forgot about it being in the winter. Yeah. I didn't even think about that this year. Yeah. Oh crap. Yeah, that is gonna throw a wrench in some things. Then okay, that's interesting. All right. Let's see. Anybody else want to say? Let's see. I became a UF fan during the Saudi year. How I was watching Allegri. How does he play? Some people would say it's very slow, or not very slow, but very not high scoring.
Yeah.
Very defensive oriented. But you'll get the win. And honestly, after last year, I'll take a 1-0 win every day, every day of the week. Yep. That'll do it for today's show. Unless you have any other thoughts that you want to get off your chest, people got to go. I know you've got stuff to do. I've got a family and all that. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in today. Thank you for getting us to 1,000. I can't believe we're here already. It's been a great milestone show that we hit today. And I'm glad you were here for it because I know you won't be here tomorrow. Yeah. So I'm glad you were here to do it with us. I appreciate you guys.
Video.
Exactly. If you haven't hit the like button or subscribe, do it now. Please do. Just join us. We're going to be able to bring you way more stuff, especially Julian's going to be able to bring you more stuff once the season kicks off, and then maybe once we actually get a freaking player signed to the club. But anyway, that'll do it for us today. We'll stick you guys in tomorrow. See y'all.
Yes.